Okay, here's an update. Realized it hasn't been one for a while. It's always great fun to give updates when everything's green and producing fruit, etc. This is August 20th. We're just finishing really the heat, the depth of our summer. Had 47 days without rain. It's been over the last couple weeks. It's easily been 105 in the greenhouse every day. Today was our first break in that. We had a cold front blow in overnight, and as you can see, it's only in the 80s here in the greenhouse. It's taken quite a toll on the tomato plants, and as you can see, here's what they typically look like at this point in the summer. They're just mere vestiges of themselves, dried out canes basically. A little bit of green, little sprouts here and there, but I wanted to show you what this one looks like, and the others I've already cut back, preparing them to rejuvenate for the fall crop. So you can see I just trim them back to canes, and even on these canes you can see some little shoots of fresh green growth. So I really anticipate these are all going to come back and be healthy plants again. Of note, this is the second season for some of these vines, because these were treated in a similar fashion last fall, came back, produced all fall long into, actually I think the last fresh picked tomato was in January, and then I started picking again in late February. So I had just about a 6-week period where I was without tomatoes. However, you can see I haven't picked a fruit out of this greenhouse in probably 6 weeks. So there's quite a period here in the summer where we just can't produce tomatoes. It's just too hot. Even the ones I've got outside are still blooming like crazy. They just won't set fruit. So really I just left these in here this summer to see if they would survive the heat and to see how the shade cloth would do. I typically would run about 5 degrees above the ambient temperature outside, just by virtue of the greenhouse being covered. But obviously if I'd have had plastic on it, it would have been 200 degrees in here. So the shade cloth helped, and I think all these plants will survive. And just hitting them with a little bit of nutrients right now, about half strength, and try and keep them wet. But it's also a good time to redo cages. Try and freshen up what little amount of dirt I can dig and coconut coir that I can dig out of the pots. Try and just get a little freshness in there before we start this fall growing season, which I think it's usually around the latter part of September. Our temperatures start to drop back into the 80s, and I think these plants will really start to take off. So we'll keep you posted.